everyone, my name is Michelle Caruso. Welcome to my channel where you learn how to get connected and thrive in the film industry. If you're new here, please be sure to subscribe. Are you a movie buff and talking movie quotes? When you see a movie or show, do you think, now that's what I really want to do? Great, you love filmmaking. Oh, I'm sorry. You wanted to know if you have what it takes to work in film and not just be a die-hard fan. Okay, then answer this next question honestly. Do you have to? It's an absolute must. You did not live unless you pursued your dream of working in film. I'm serious, take your time. If the answer is still yes, 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 then filmmaking is for you. If not, then please continue to enjoy watching your favorite movies and shows. Nothing wrong with that. I certainly get a high off of seeing a well-made movie that has an impact on my life. Heck, maybe you film something every now and then. But if you have this burning, aching desire that your life will not feel fulfilled unless you see yourself on a film set, then let's continue. Film is a tough industry with a few ways in and no straight path. To learn more about how to land your first gig in film, check out my video, How to Find Jobs in Film and TV. The good news is, once you're in, you're in. Just be careful what you wish for. The hours are long and the culture can be brutal. Only those that really want it, have the passion, and are willing to tough it out by paying your dues will survive. The industry will test your resiliency and give you plenty of reasons to quit. I've worked for a decade in the film industry working on large studio produced projects with studios like Netflix, Paramount, and Universal, to name a few. When I was first getting my start in film and TV, I made the decision to move to Atlanta with a bit of savings and some PA experience. I had no connections, no friends, a boyfriend back in South Carolina, and wasn't sure if my gamble was going to pay off. I honestly felt lonely and helpless. I could feel my parents getting my room ready back at their place. I came to Atlanta in 2010 when the film industry had a presence but had far fewer opportunities than it does today. Any openings usually went to established veterans. I reached out to many local crew, most did not even respond, and I was running out of options to make this move and career pursuit work. I distinctly remember having a dinner of oatmeal and cheap wine, feeling like this industry just didn't want me. Sometimes life has to let you hit rock bottom before it rewards your efforts. That's what happened to me. I got my big break in the unemployment office. To hear my full story, check out my video, How I Got My Start in Film and TV. Film is an unconventional industry. I've seen folks happen to be in the right place at the right time and get on set the next day. Most times these are people who didn't even care to work in film and happen to have a connection while they were looking for a job. These individuals may stay in the industry if it's the right fit, or they get out quickly. For those who really want it and have no connections, it can take months or years to create a sustainable career. You have to be consistently reaching out to people that can hire you. And the people that can hire you are busy. The higher up the chain of command someone is, the more impressive you need to be. So be aware of who you're about to send your resume to and why. Timing is also a huge key element. A crew may be all booked up for a show for months. I recommend following up with connections every 3 months in case circumstances change and you stay top of mind. The entry-level position is being a PA or production assistant. Have you built up your resume by getting hired by local production companies on local shoots? Have you worked on an indie film set just to gain some experience and make some connections? Not all payment is monetary. If you have little to no experience or connections, you have to start somewhere. I do recommend doing research on crew that you're about to work for free for to make sure it's worth your time. Where I have a foot in the studio and indie world of filmmaking, if anyone really impresses me on my indie set and an opportunity arises on a studio project, I recommend them for that job. If I'm not able to monetarily pay it forward, then they've at least gained some set experience and worked with professionals. Only you are in charge of your career. Don't put all your hopes and dreams into one person, they already have enough going on. To film school or not to film school? This is mainly a financial and time decision. Who will be paying the bill at the end of the day? College is not cheap in the US right now. What is your schedule like? What point of life are you in? Are you willing to make a big sacrifice of your time and start or go back to school? Let's look at the pros and cons. In school, you will learn the how of filmmaking. We'll be surrounded with like-minded people, we'll get to work with gear, and have mentors that you can have conversations with. You have consistent access to filmmaking resources, equipment, and people. That is your time to be creative, exercise your craft, and build your network. The college experience from a social perspective is also unlike any other. As a young adult who attended college right out of high school, it was my first taste of independence without being thrown into the real world. This was an incredibly helpful experience in my transition into adulthood. The cons is how much time and money will this cost you? You certainly can learn a lot on the job. Here's my personal recommendation. If you eventually want to land a more technical position like DP, direct, or edit, then you will need some additional education. But honestly, most positions will require learning a special skill set. College will teach you the technical aspects and hands-on experience in a low-stakes environment. Job experience will pay you, will throw you into the deep end to learn as you go, and will build your network. There are other ways besides college to learn a specific skill set. You can always take an online course, read a few books, or attend some webinars. This will be in your free time and likely without any type of official certification. So it really depends on your end goals, learning style, what chapter of life you're in, and how important is a traditional education for your end goal. You can make it both ways, with or without a formal education with a piece of paper proving you're an expert. Bottom line is, you need to hone your craft, have relationships with people that can hire you. You build relationships by establishing a connection, build trust with that person, and get experience to earn yourself a reputation. Be open to opportunities, but have your end goal in mind. What do you ultimately want to do in film and TV? If you don't know, that is fine. Keep accepting opportunities and ask questions for clarity. Or maybe you know exactly what you want to do. Michelle, I want to be a DP. Then 5 years into your career of working in camera, you realize working as a DIT is more aligned with your skill set and personality. You didn't give up on your dream, you just recognized a better fit for you. Or maybe you did become a DP and everything worked out. This industry has many rushing currents, and there will be times where you will get an offer and need to weigh if it's right for you. You have the short-term need of paying your bills. Then you have your long-term goal and will need to consider how this opportunity will build towards my end goal. Perhaps it's working with a very established crew where a recommendation by them will continue to pay off. Or it could be a credit that will give you some major cred in and outside of the industry. Or it could be a lower paying project where you get more responsibility and a greater chance to learn more skill sets. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm talking about a point in your career where you have an established reputation and numerous job options. Then it's up to you to navigate to your end goal. Exciting, right? Okay, let's get back on track to how you get in. Where are you currently living? Are you in an area where films and TV shows are made consistently? If not, you need to live where the work is. I was living in South Carolina before coming to Atlanta. Before making the move, I beefed up my skill set and resume. I made the most of the opportunities in my area by getting hired on reality TV, commercials, and indie sets. Theater is another solid way to go. I moved with 3 months of expenses saved up, so I didn't have a side hustle. I also have no kids I'm responsible for. So everyone's financial plan and needs will look different. Plan accordingly if a major life change is needed. You can also be digitally networking to plant some seeds of connections prior to a move. By asking for a 15-minute phone call to just pick someone's brain is a relatively low ask. Offer to work around their schedule and be specific about how much time you're asking of them. Make it an easy yes for them. Then be prepared with questions to ask. Be sure you do your research on this individual. Act like you're paying $1,000 for that 15-minute phone call and you'll get your value out of it. You'll likely make an impression and gain a connection if you're prepared with relevant questions. Your goal with this initial outreach is to get answers that you can't find anywhere else, gain insider knowledge, get on a professional's radar, and become top of mind by maintaining a relationship so it can grow over time. You need to have a flexible schedule and be ready to work at a moment's notice. Often you'll get booked the next day with a call the evening before. No time for putting in your 2 weeks notice. I'm not saying it's fair, but that's the way it goes. Oh, are you gonna miss your kid's second birthday? Oh damn, I just got real there, didn't I? You will very often need to make personal sacrifices for this industry, especially at the beginning. That's why I asked at the start of this video if you have no other choice than to work in film. Only then is this career for you. Again, I'm not saying it's fair, and I certainly hope the industry will change so that we can have a greater work-life balance. Getting into the film industry is not risk-free. It does take a strong commitment. You must move to where the work is. That alone is a big obstacle for people. You must be networking at all times. Opportunities come from the people that know and trust you enough to give you a shot. Gain experience and exposure to whatever craft you wish to pursue. Learn in a lower stakes environment to ensure you have enough interest in learning the skill set you wish to pursue. Once you're in, there is a lifestyle that may or may not be right for you. A filming schedule changes at a moment's notice, and it can be difficult to have a work-life balance. You may also have an unusual work schedule, like starting in the mornings at the start of the week and finishing in the evening at the end of the week. It's a freelance industry. You are responsible for finding opportunities to get yourself on a job. So what do you think? Have what it takes to work in film? Comment below. Thanks for watching.